morning to all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It is an honor to have somebody take time out of their day to actually stop and watch and listen, even if they click away. You got me for at least 2 seconds when you did that, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just wanted to check in about a couple of things. There was a little bit of a delay from the last time I had intended to put a video up. I did an interview with Jochen Hemleb, and the recording of that interview took place on his end of our meeting, if you will, on Zoom. And when he tried to send me the interview on via internet, via FTP, he had some problems with the internet connection and left for vacation the next morning. And so here I am almost 2 weeks later and don't have that episode for you. It's a really good episode. Sitting out here, it's a Wednesday morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. Sitting outside, practicing, there it is, practicing my guitar. I know you probably say, oh, please play guitar for us, but yeah, I don't need to bore you with that stuff. That's not my forte, even though I practice probably 2 hours a day, which is pretty good stuff to do. Drinking coffee. I've got some incense that is going, and then also this is my book that I keep songs that I appreciate. I transcribe songs, and I've been doing this for some time, and so a lot of songs that I want to play and that I enjoy playing aren't even on this yet, but there's some songs in here, and a bunch of Goose songs. So Ready, Madhavan, Hot Tea. There's a couple of others that I play that I really enjoy. It's all about practice. But one of the other things I wanted to tell you about is I did a great interview with a rock and roll photographer last night. His name is Jay Blakesberg. He's an immensely talented and productive human being. We happened to grow up in the same era, graduated from high school on the same year in 1979. I'm a little bit older than him. I'm 5 months to the day older than him. And I will be posting some of that soon. How I learned about this guy was I was at a Goose concert at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Their concert was called Goosemas. It was actually a COVID-delayed Christmas celebration. And I was about 10 feet out in the middle of stage looking up toward the guitar player, Rick Mataratanda. And I, whenever I'm at these shows, I think, how would I film this if I was a photographer or a cameraman? And sure as heck, this guy with this big long hair walks out right behind Rick Mataratanda and looks out, and he shoots kind of, under his guitar to the people looking up. Oh my God. And I thought, that dude knows what he's shooting. And so I looked him up the next day, found him on Instagram. It's Jay Blakesberg, and then he also has another site called Retro Blakesberg that's managed by his daughter. And as it would happen, he has a book coming out of all the pictures, about his era of photography when he was still using film. A fantastic interview, and he's also a huge Goose fan. Spent years and years on the road filming the Grateful Dead and among other bands, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Prince, David Bowie, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. One of his photographs is actually going to be the cover of Neil Young's upcoming album. Guy is the man. Anyway, we talked a lot about Goose, and he was at Radio City Music Hall when Trey Anastasio came out and played with Goose. We talked about passing of torches and things like that. Cool stuff. I'm going to wait about 4 weeks before I post that because his book called Retro Blakesberg about his film years comes out in the middle or end of August. So you're going to have to wait for that, but I might put a clip or two with him. Great guy, filled with passion, productivity, the kind of person that I like to bring to you or to my podcast listeners on the happiness quotient. Last thing, so here I have been sick as a dog, on and off for the last 6 weeks. Believe me, like, people get a lot sicker than me. But the main thing that keeps coming up with me is that there's so many people who are so harsh and judgmental, not only about the other people, but about themselves. And I think that the message of the day is the idea of trying to free oneself of judgment. And it's a very hard thing to do. It's a habit of many. And a lot of people do it in almost every moment and don't even know they're doing it. Now think about this. So it comes down to minor things. So a TV commercial comes on in the background and you hear a theme song to some product and you think, God, I hate that product, or I hate that song. Now that's cool if it makes you feel that way. But ultimately that's a judgment, right? So we do that when we see other people, when we see photographs, and when we're going through social media, flipping through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or what have you, YouTube. We are filled with judgment. So people are probably looking at me right now saying, my God, who the hell does this guy think he is? Like, cut your hair. The idea of judgment and working oneself toward non-judgment. See if you can try to break your habit of judging things, of looking at something. When you find yourself going to a place of judgment, he's a, or she's a, or I hate that, or I dislike that, and then even right down to, oh my gosh, I love that person, or those are all judgments. And now being loving something and being drawn to something or repelled by something, it's really almost the exact same thing. So if we can but break that habit, don't force it out. If we feel a repulsive thought and are about to open our mouths and say something, usually the best way to do it is just to let it free. Just set that idea free of judgment. Okay, I'm just not going to go there right now. And when we do that, we become free. Okay, and another thing that we can do in that judgment is, believe it or not, a lot of people don't even know they're doing this because they think that their opinion is the ultimate. Is when they look in the mirror, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? Or you're not successful enough, or all the people I grew up with are so much more successful. They're retiring now, or they make more money than I do, or they're a better guitar player than I am, or they have a better diet, or they work out more than. Just release the judgmental thoughts. Send oneself loving, kind thoughts. You are as perfect as you could ever be, and everything that you could ever need in your life. Everything, every insight, every intellectual capability, every part of the beauty and love and kindness of a human being is in you right now. So just let it gently come out and just float away with the judgments. And slowly over time, those loving, kind thoughts start to grow in number and we become more loving beings. How do I know this? I don't know. You just have to go into your heart. Don't believe a word I say. Go into your heart and find the truth for yourself. Go deep into your heart. Take time. Go into nature. Take time being quiet, thinking, going deep into the world of thought and not being overwhelmed with judgmental or busy thoughts. Turn the news off for a day. There's a start. Just turn the news off for a day. Don't even go to your iPhone and go to whatever, Apple News or Google News. Just turn it off for a day. Just think about cool things like guitars, like Gibson Les Pauls. That's a guitar. That actually is my guitar. It doesn't come out of the case that often, but I might actually sell that. Anybody interested in a Gibson Les Paul? Candy apple red. God, that thing is beautiful. I'll give you the beta if you want to email me. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back. I'll be practicing my guitar, doing a lot of work today, and just thought I'd post this to say thank you for being you. Thank you for your kindness, and thank you even for your judgments. It helps me be better. And the Explorers Club. Did you look at that video of Wade Davis last night that I posted? Please watch it. That Wade Davis video is absolutely mint money. You have to listen to it. It's beautiful. Okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Click like, send me a comment, let me know what you think. Have a beautiful day. I hope your life is going well, and I hope those challenges that you might be encountering now are helping you learn and grow from experience, because we all need challenges and setbacks in order to grow and be a better human being on this planet. Peace out, my friends.